Here with Kaitlin McGaw. What do you do?
Right on. I'm a singer-songwriter. Today I'm going to be singing some of my original compositions on piano with my band. And it's kind of a bluesy style of music. But it comes from my theme that I wanted to present today, since we're talking about trust, is it's called Finding the Way Home. Because as an artist, I feel like I'm always trying to follow my own journey. And for me, it's about coming back home. And that's kind of trusting my own path. So that's what I'm going to talk about.
How do we interpret home?
Exactly. That's kind of been something that I've thought about for a long time. I think home as a concept can be your first language. It can be yourself, your family, your favorite sport, the thing you love doing as a child where you feel free. It can be any of these things. For me, it's been kind of finding my own voice as a singer and performing.
Any themes in terms of the songs themselves?
Well, I definitely, have to sing a song about heartbreak because, come on, that's half of life, isn't it? So I'm going to do something of that. I'm also going to do two songs that are one song's about the artist journey. And the theme of finding home, that's going to be, you'll hear it a bunch. And then I'm not going to tell you about the last song because I'm just going to make you enjoy it.
We'll all enjoy very much and learn a lot about trust and other things. Thanks very much.
I'd like to introduce Kaitlin McGaw, who is a jazz performer and Harvard-trained songwriter and a host of other things that maybe she'll tell you a little bit about. We're very much excited to have her and her trio here. Kaitlin McGaw.
Thank you. So when I got asked to come and perform today, it was a huge honor. Actually, one of my favorite TED Talks was done by Elizabeth Gilbert about the muse and how you have to accept the muse when it comes in. And so around the theme of trust, I was just thinking about when that moment happened for me, which was in 7th grade, and I was sitting in my bedroom talking to my girlfriend. I said, what do you want to do when you grow up? And for whatever reason, I said, I want to be a singer. And I was so giddy and scared that I actually admitted what I really wanted to do, because I was like the smart kid who got all the little prizes and all that stuff. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, I didn't really trust that voice, and as much as I did music, and when I went off to Harvard, I ended up doing something else. I just was, I think, really intimidated by the expert voices that you surround yourselves in that kind of environment, and that we accept in the environments that we're in every day. So I kind of shied away from music until I moved to San Francisco, and not anymore, people. Yeah. So around the theme that I kind of think about my music is finding the way home. And for me, that was finding my way back to that internal voice and trusting it. So thanks to my dad for reminding me to pursue music. All right. This first song is called Emergency. It's very typical. What happens when you're a songwriter is when you have heartbreak, you share it with everyone. So this song was about a little heartbreak where I gave my heart away. Here we go. Boy, I gave you my whole heart. Why'd you have to go and tear it apart? Leave me standing here with this big hole. Got nothing to make my life go on. You ain't a thief and I ain't a liar, but how's I supposed to live and feel and cry? Said, where'd you go? Emergency, I need to know. Emergency, I can't live without what's mine. Just give it back, boy, and you'll be fine. The road you run down, it's soon land. You'll hold my heart, but it won't help you then. Just come on back before you fail, and you won't see no stars, and I won't see no jail. Said, where'd you go? Emergency, I need to know. Emergency. Said, where'd you go? Emergency, I need to know. Emergency, why don't you tell me that it's all wrong, right? And don't you tell me, no, not tonight. Or don't you tell me you leave without a fight? 'Cause I need my heart to living, and I need some loving, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Said, where'd you go? Emergency, I need to know. Emergency. Said, where'd you go? Emergency, I need to know. Emergency. Said, where'd you go? Emergency, I need to know. Emergency. Said, where'd you go? Emergency, I need to know. Emergency. For I gave you my whole Thank you. So, I love singing. It always just brings me back to this very raw place, and it's just, woo! Like it happened yesterday. The next song I wanted to sing for you is called Trapped in This Hotel. And I actually wrote it once I really committed myself to becoming an artist, living in San Francisco, where I'm originally from Massachusetts, land of the foliage and such, and the snow and such. And here it's like same weather all the time. And I was like, felt like I was just in the same place all the time. And I was just kind of curious, when in your own path do you feel like you're really making strides? And I was actually really inspired to hear you guys say you'd been working on your company for 8 years. I'm like, okay, see? 8 years, and now you're all big pimping, you know? But that's cool. Pictures from the pizza parlor, we know. So this song is called Trapped in This Hotel. Cool. I was just realizing, looking at it, I kind of assume there's a lot of people from technology backgrounds that have been through like very rigorous startups. And I was just thinking about how you probably relate to that feeling, and especially in the warehouses in San Francisco. The next song I wanted to do is called Gone Gone. And one of the themes that I feel like in trusting yourself or in trusting your own path is what I think is the hardest is like letting go into it. So for me, I'm still kind of like, I still have a job. I can't completely ignore, trying to pay the bills and so forth. But at what point have you sacrificed everything and just let go of it and just said, forget it, I'm going there? It's not easy, and it's usually not that pretty. Somebody's always disappointed, whether it be a parent or spouse or whatnot. I think that concept of letting go and really accepting trust is something I think I'm still working on. So this song is about in the dark times when you have to trust that you'll see through it. And the lyric that you'll hear is that in the darkest of nights, we see the brightest of stars. Thank you. Cool. Part of the thing that I've noticed, and I have some friends that are actually non-musicians, often we just see each other all the time, like, hello, brother, we speak the same language. But now I have some friends who are scientists, which has been really fun, because they think very differently than me. And one of them was telling me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so emotional all the time. Like, she was like, no, it's cool because it lets you be vulnerable when you sing. And she's like, I can't do that. And so it's kind of around the theme of trust. I'm like, oh yeah, I have to trust that it's okay. I'm like not totally emo all the time. It's like a part of the process. And actually, I bring that same thing to my audiences because how many times have we had this where you look out and somebody's on their phone or they're talking to their friends? There used to be a time where I'd think, oh, they're not listening. That's not necessarily true. I think, like, for me, I just trust that people are going to enjoy it however they're going to enjoy it, or they're not going to, and that's fine too. That's been a good process with me to really enjoy what we do. So I want to know, how many of you guys ever did music when you were kids? Okay, cool. How many of you ever sang in a choir? Right on. Okay, how many of you know how to sing harmonies? Okay, no problem. No problem. How many of you know how to clap and all that? Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to do a little something. I hate, like, putting you on the spot, but I was hoping you might be able to sing along with me for this last song. Now, granted, you haven't heard it before because I wrote it. I actually wrote all the songs, but it's called What's Good For Me. It's a little bit of a raunchier song if you guys can handle that. And the chorus is just, what's good for me, may not be good for you. What's good for you, I cannot do. So you guys will follow along, right? Can I get an amen? All right, cool. What's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you, I cannot do. What's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you, I cannot do. When I wanna be eaten, you ain't hungry. Seems you always got to feel before you come up on me. You want less, I want more. I undress, you are bored. Explain to me how you be satisfied without me. What's good for me may not be good for you. Let me hear you sing it, come on. What's good for you, I cannot do. What's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you, I cannot do. Now take it when the sun comes down, you just wanna be home. Kick off your shoes and bemoan how the whole world is wrong. I embrace every word until you feel you heard, but can we turn off the lights to make it juicier? What's good for me may not be good for you. Put your hands together, come on. What's good for you, I cannot do. What's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you, I cannot do. Break it down. Said yeah. Years have flown by, we stopped trying, so I'm wondering how can we step back in time to the very first day. The kiss and the play, we were kids, we ran free, whether or not we agreed. What's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you, I cannot do. What's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you, I cannot do. So that's what we wanted to share with you today. I hope you go home and inspire your inner child. Go back and climb a tree or something. That's kind of what I want to get back to. Is like, what did you really love doing when you were little that you're ignoring, you know? The thing your parents were like, don't do that. It's not going to make you money. Or I'm always trying to inspire people to go back to that. But, you know, keep your jobs too. Thank you so much for having me.